Hi, I'm Margaret Henkels. I'm a clay artist living in Austin, Texas, and I'm glad to have you visiting me in my studio today. I had the distinct honor this year of being selected for the San Angelo National Ceramic Competition, and as part of that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my work. I came to clay after college. I was an English major and I liked working with words. That was my home turf. But when I got out of college, I thought I should explore a few other things. And so I made a list of things I'd like to learn that had nothing to do with words. And ceramics was the first thing on the list that came my way. And I've been working with clay ever since. Find it fascinating. Still find it fascinating after all this time, and am delighted to be pursuing a million lines of thought all at once as much as I can. I am a hand builder, so I work in low fire earthenware that I roll out into slabs, and then I glaze and fire in an electric kiln. So the pieces are sometimes functional, sometimes not, and always a little bit sculptural. That's my interest. That's where I tend to go. If I start making a series of seriously functional works, I tend to drift off into something that's more like a variation on that theme. So the piece that I have in the show is a covered box, and I've been working on boxes for a little while now, a series of them. And I think about both the interior and the exterior space. I'm very interested in architecture, I'm very interested in spaces, and so the boxes are a place to keep things, perhaps, a place to hide, perhaps, a place that has a floor and a ceiling and walls, perhaps, but they are always interesting from every side, from every angle. I want the pieces to be different from every side so that there's a lot of visual interest and a lot of ways to be with the piece. So although I take pictures of it and take pictures from every angle, is the best thing to do is to be in the room with the piece so you can walk around it and see everything that it has to offer. I'll show you a little bit about my process now. It's kind of mysterious and kind of straightforward, and that's what keeps us all engaged. This is the slab when I first rolled it out. It's like a blank canvas, so many possibilities. I could do whatever I want. And this is where I make my first choice. I've made the curve of the first wall of the box. Now I'm making the second decision. This is the second wall. If that works for me, then I have to attach them. And as I attach them, I score the places where the two walls are going to join, and then smush them together using my finger to go up and down against the two walls so that they're well secured. Then I think about the floor, and I choose how big a piece is going to be, what it's going to look like, and then I cut out a shape that fits the bottom just exactly. And so then I'm going to have to think about attaching that floor. So again, I score the edges of both pieces, the top and the floor, and then push them together. Then I think about what the lid will be like, what shape it will be. It'll be bigger than the piece and stick out like a roof. Then I go back to thinking about the floor. I've attached the floor here and secured it well, and I'm going to put a couple of little pieces of clay on there so that it sits up from the floor just a little bit. So these three will support the base of the piece. Then I go back to thinking about the lid, and the mark on that slab is where the lid is going to sit on the pot. And then I have to make little flanges so that it will stay securely inside the walls of the piece. This is the handle, Again, secure it well, smush it on there, and then it dries and gets fired. So this is now a not so fragile piece that will absorb glaze and stain, and I start to decorate. So I paint the inside first with a white slip that I'm going to use, and then I paint the lid and then the outside. And this is it with white slip all over it. And then I get to play with the decoration. And for that I use underglaze and stains, and then ultimately cover it all with a clear glaze. Then I fire it again so that the glazes are on there well and the glazes melt a little bit. And there's the box.